All right, so your sister seems like she is just obsessed with doting on her brother, but she actually wants to be his wife. She loves cuddling up to him, and when the parents find out, they do not even care. They literally cheer her on. Since she is actually his adoptive sister, her lifelong dream is to marry him, warning him that he better return her feelings. Talk about a wild setup. Cut to the airport, where our main character is waiting for his sister after 5 long years apart. He spots Jiang Xiaoyu instantly because she is a total head-turner. Walking up, his heart starts racing. She has gotten so beautiful. She instantly teases him, asking if her little Xiaobai got handsome. He tries to protest, but she tells him to stop complaining and come closer. She hugs him tight, asking if he missed her to death. He mumbles that people are watching, but she literally does not care. She loudly asks who would dare say a word. Honestly, her dominant energy works, making all the jealous guys nearby look away instantly. Xiaobai is totally impressed by her boss energy, and she just smugly smiles before grabbing his hand to lead the way. He jokingly begs her to stop running into him with her chest next time. Blushing hard, she asks if he is getting too bold. She immediately pinches his ear as punishment. He begs for mercy, and she smugly warns him not to push his luck again. He promises he will not, suggesting they head home since their parents are waiting. It has been years since she saw them. Back home, the parents keep piling food onto Xiaoyu's plate. Our guy gets totally ignored. Classic sibling dynamics right here. Seeing him pout, Xiaoyu sweetens the deal by feeding him instead. Her mom tells her not to spoil him, or his future wife will suffer. Xiaoyu secretly thinks she would happily serve him forever, blushing at the thought. Right after dinner, the parents suddenly head out. They leave the two of them alone. Xiaoyu assures their parents they will behave, and under her intense glare, he quickly agrees. Forced into submission, he goes along with it. Soon, the two are left staring at each other in the quiet living room. Xiaoyu slyly teases him, whispering that since they are all alone, she would not be able to stop him if he tried anything. He begs her to be normal and stop playing with his mind. Honestly, if they had not grown up together, he might have lost control. She huffs, asking what dirty things he is imagining, and teasingly wondering if he has been watching too many adult videos lately. She leans in, asking if a young guy like him needs his big sister to help him release some of that energy. That hits a little too close to home, but he still righteously rejects her. She sighs, pretending he is just rejecting his poor sister. Fake crying, Xiaoyu runs back to her room. He stands there totally stunned before deciding he should probably go check on her. If his parents find out he made her cry, he is getting absolutely destroyed. He slowly opens her door and sees her under the blankets. She is visibly shaking, as if she is sobbing, and he completely panics. He thought she was acting, but this looks all too real. Rushing over, he starts frantically apologizing, begging her to forgive him just this once and promising he will never do it again. He practically begs on his knees, while Xiaoyu secretly giggles under the sheets, thrilled that her stubborn little brother actually cares so much. He keeps pleading, babying her, and begging her to stop crying. She pouts from under the blanket, asking if he thinks she is 3. She finally peeks out with a classic tsundere face, claiming she is not even mad. Hearing this, he lets out a massive sigh of relief. He is just happy he avoided a beatdown from his parents, but she calls him an idiot for believing she is fine so easily. Honestly, she is so frustrated by how dense he is. No wonder he is handsome, but still has 0 game and no girlfriend. Trying to gather some intel, she casually asks if he is popular at school since he is so handsome and in great shape. She is basically playing 3D chess right now. He shrugs it off, saying it is nothing crazy, so she asks if he likes anyone. He scoffs, saying he has 0 interest in any of those basic girls. Hearing this, she sits up, suddenly feeling super nervous. He hesitates, asking if he can skip the question. Honestly, the only girl he has ever liked is sitting right in front of him. But if he confesses and she rejects him, it would be incredibly awkward. She stares at his hesitation, suddenly gasping in shock. She gasps, asking if he is actually into guys instead. She acts all understanding, but inside she is completely panicking. He immediately snaps back, telling her he is absolutely straight and asking what on earth she is thinking. He is genuinely annoyed that she is questioning his preferences, so she quickly presses him to just describe his dream girl. Knowing he has to clear his name, he decides to just risk it all. He confesses that he likes girls just like her. He adds that she has to be beautiful, fit, and caring. Xiaoyu is absolutely stunned, wondering if he actually just confessed to her. Her heart starts racing like crazy, realizing he is basically talking about her, though she still tries to keep her cool. She acts all high and mighty, teasing that she is out of his league, but he quickly stammers that he only meant her type. He is totally backpedaling now, but she just smirks, telling him that making excuses is basically admitting the truth. She proudly declares that since he likes her so much, she will graciously allow him to take her out on a shopping date. Jiang Xiaoyu is a master at seizing opportunities, taking every single chance to get closer to him as they walk downstairs together. Reaching the bottom, they spot a sleek McLaren blocking their garage door. Xiaobai, whose car is this anyway? So disrespectful of them to block our driveway. Go call a tow truck right now. Jiang Xiaoyu complains, acting totally annoyed about it, but our main character quickly warns her, hold on sis, that is a McLaren worth over $4 million. If we scratch it, we cannot afford the repairs. She tells him to just call the owner since their phone number's right on the windshield anyway. He quickly dials the number, but right then, Jiang Xiaoyu's phone starts ringing. They lock eyes, and under his stunned gaze, she actually picks up and asks, hello, how can I help you? Jiang Xiaoyu speaks into her phone. He listens to his own call, only to hear his sister's voice coming right through the line. He stares at her, completely dumbfounded. He looks at his sister in absolute disbelief. He never expected this insane McLaren to actually belong to her. But wait, if he looks at it from another angle, does that mean he gets to drive this absolute beast? What is hers is basically his, right? He bursts out in excitement. Sis, is this supercar actually yours? How did you get so rich? Jiang Xiaoyu acts totally casual about it, shrugs, and asks why not, as if owning a multi-million-dollar supercar is just a minor detail. He is dying of curiosity about how she got this wealthy. Their family runs a small company, and while they are doing all right, it is definitely not enough to buy a supercar. Her allowance over the years could not possibly cover a luxury supercar. Are their parents really that biased? But no, she actually founded a massive logistics company while studying in Europe, making tons of money. She made an absolute fortune, and now her net worth is easily in the hundreds of millions. She says this with pure pride, making him beg her to be his sugar mommy. She laughs and hands over the keys. You can drive this car whenever you want, she warns, but you cannot take other girls out. You are my exclusive driver. Do you understand? Got it, sis. He eagerly takes the keys and cannot wait to open the car door. Looking at his hyped face, she realizes she is less interesting than a supercar. She feels low-key offended that a car is somehow more attractive to him than she is. Before long, they arrive at the biggest store in town, Kun's Supermarket. Once inside, Jiang Xiaoyu naturally wraps her arm around his. To anyone passing by, they look exactly like a sweet couple deeply in love. She asks him to accompany her to a clothing store because her old clothes do not fit anymore. He agrees without hesitation, and they walk arm in arm toward the shops. Soon, they stop right in front of a store, and Jiang Xiaoyu freezes. He asks in confusion, Sis, why did we stop here? I thought we were buying clothes. She giggles and calls him a silly brother, explaining that she meant lingerie. She starts pushing him inside, even though he protests that he is a grown man. This is a women's lingerie shop! But she tells him that since they are already here, he can help her choose. Without another word, she drags him inside. Once inside, he is surrounded by endless racks of lace underwear. Even with his thick skin, he cannot help but feel his face heating up. He tries to look away, but keeps sneaking glances anyway. Right then, Jiang Xiaoyu holds up a piece and asks him for his honest opinion. She asks if it looks good and suits her. Feeling the shop assistant's curious eyes on them, he quickly and nervously blurts out that it looks amazing and suits her perfectly. Happy with his answer, she asks the clerk for a size 36. Hearing this, his jaw drops. Who knew his sister was actually this well endowed? Though he tries to act calm, his eyes completely betray his shock. Noticing his wide-eyed reaction, Jiang Xiaoyu suddenly gets a mischievous idea to tease her little brother. What is with that look, Xiaobai? Do you want to personally measure it for me? He panics, stammering that there was no way he would do that. He holds back to maintain his cool persona, even though he is screaming inside. She whisper teases that if he really wants to, they can talk at home. She heads into the fitting room, telling him to pick out a few more options. Suddenly, a familiar voice calls out from behind. Xiaobai, why are you here? He turns around to see the class beauty, Gu Qinghan. He might be a bit oblivious, but his looks are literally top tier, making him incredibly popular with the girls.
Honestly, Gu Qinghan has a massive crush on him too, but because he is so incredibly successful, winning endless awards and scholarships, most girls feel way too intimidated to even think about approaching him.
They only watch him shine from afar. Seeing him in a women's lingerie store absolutely shocks her. Does her handsome crush actually have a girlfriend now? If this news leaks, half the girls at school will probably end up heartbroken. Gu Qinghan asks him what he is doing here, feeling totally nervous about it. Sensing her tension, he awkwardly explains that he is only there to help his older sister shop for some new clothes. That explanation instantly makes her relax. Gu Qinghan sighs with relief, glad her crush is still single. They only exchange a few words before Jiang Xiaoyu steps out, asking him who this girl is. Seeing him talking to another girl makes Jiang Xiaoyu low-key jealous, as if someone is stealing her favorite toy, even though this girl is not as pretty as her. She still feels annoyed. He quickly explains to his sister that she is just a classmate he randomly bumped into, trying his absolute best to keep the peace. Jiang Xiaoyu naturally glides over and wraps her arm around his. She introduces herself as his sister, putting a very heavy, deliberate emphasis on the word sister. After saying that, she stands on her tiptoes and gives him a soft, gentle kiss right on his cheek, completely marking her territory right in front of her. Smelling her sweet gardenia scent, his face instantly turns bright red as his mind goes completely blank. Gu Qinghan forces a weak, awkward laugh, commenting on how incredibly close their sibling relationship is. But inside, she can literally hear her own heart shattering. At this point, anyone with eyes could see what is actually going on here. She quickly says goodbye, having completely lost any interest in shopping. She just wants to escape before she breaks down completely. As he watches her leave, he suddenly gets smacked on the head. Jiang Xiaoyu starts playfully punching him, totally annoyed that he is still staring at her. Haven't seen enough yet? Do you want to go chase after her? She asks with a pout, unhappy that his eyes followed her the entire time. Even though she is not his girlfriend, she is acting exactly like one, leaving him completely helpless. After shopping for over 2 long hours, they head back. He acts as her exclusive driver again. Arriving home, they find their parents are still out, supposedly busy, but they are actually scheming together at the park. It looks like their parents are trying to give Xiaobai and Jiang Xiaoyu some quality alone time because they still are not back after an entire afternoon out. She realizes this is her golden opportunity. She immediately turns to Xiaobai, teasingly asking if he wants to see something really good. He is totally clueless, wondering if it is some new video game, but she just smirks, tells him he has no idea, and drags him by the hand. She pulls him straight into her bedroom and locks the door behind them. Xiaobai is still hyped, eagerly asking where this supposed game is. Honestly, this hardcore otaku has zero resistance to games, so he is practically begging to see it. That is when she lures him right over to the bed. She pulls him close. Her voice gets incredibly soft. Since he is standing there frozen, Jiang Xiaoyu takes matters into her own hands. She wraps her arms around his neck and pulls him down, making him lose his balance and crash right onto her. He can barely breathe. That is when he realizes she is smothering him in her chest. Talk about a dangerous but absolute dream scenario. She giggles, calling him a clever boy for finding the good stuff so fast without her even having to explain. At this point, the train has officially left the station and there is no getting off. The doors are locked and he is totally trapped. Her voice is so sweet, it is practically melting him as she gently reminds him of what he wanted to see earlier at the shop. And just like that, Jiang Xiaoyu covers her eyes with one hand, but with those giant gaps between her fingers, totally useless. They are stuck in this awkward pose when suddenly the door flies open. Mom walks in and immediately freezes. She tells him to carry on, claims she saw nothing, and slams the door. Oh man, the secondary embarrassment is so real. They scramble to fix their clothes and rush out. Staying in there any longer would just make the misunderstanding way worse. Out in the living room, they find the parents busy in the kitchen. A delicious aroma is already filling up the house. The dishes are ready in no time, leaving only the chicken soup. Xiaobai, his dad, and Jiang Xiaoyu wait at the table. Mom brings the soup out. Xiaobai, you need to nourish your body, she says. Young people really need to be careful. Both their faces instantly turn bright red. They know exactly what she is implying. This dinner is getting insanely chaotic. It is definitely about the bedroom incident. Xiaobai tries to defend himself, pleading that they were just playing around. Mom snorts. She saw everything. She lectures him that a real man must take responsibility for his actions, asking if he wants to be a scumbag. Seeing her mother getting genuinely upset, Jiang Xiaoyu steps in to help. She insists they were truly just having fun.
Jiang Xiaoyu's mom sighs in frustration. She warns her that if she keeps spoiling him, she's going to regret it.
Xiaobai barely survives his self-defense speech, but at dinner, his parents ignore him completely, piling food onto his sister's plate.
He tries to complain, but his mom's death stare shuts him down. Back in his room, his bro Kunge invites him to play games.
Of course, his useless friend drags him down for 5 straight losses. Ready for bed, the door opens to reveal a flushed, freshly bathed Jiang Xiaoyu.
Water drips from her wet hair. Her silk nightgown perfectly highlights every single curve of her gorgeous figure.
That nightgown barely covers those flawless legs. Honestly, guys, the view has Xiaobai completely frozen, like a total simp.
He's staring so hard, he forgets to even ask why she's here. Jiang Xiaoyu notices and playfully asks if he stared enough.
Still completely hypnotized, Xiaobai blabs out his honest thoughts. Hearing him speak so directly makes her blush instantly. She's never heard him be this blunt. Shyly, she asks if Xiaobai has a hairdryer, since sleeping with wet hair is bad. Her voice snaps him out of his wild daydreams. Realizing he's drooling like a total creep, he quickly tries to look innocent. He puts on his best harmless face. While he searches for the dryer, Jiang Xiaoyu quietly steps closer to him. So Jiang Xiaoyu plops into his gaming chair. He grabs the hairdryer, turns around, and instantly freezes. Ultimate panic mode. His desktop literally has a whole terabyte of secret spicy files saved right there. She looks back, seeing him frozen with eyes glued to the screen, and smirks. Does he think she does not know his daily trashy thoughts? Is his own sister not pretty enough? Jiang Xiaoyu is super offended that her brother relies on videos instead of appreciating her. To solve his needs, he quickly tries to save himself, claiming she is a sacred goddess who cannot be compared to anyone. Seeing her soften, he keeps kissing up. She sighs, letting him off the hook just this once. But if there is a next time, well, she chuckles darkly with a totally evil grin. She makes a scissor gesture with her fingers. He instantly begs for mercy because those scissors are absolutely no joke. Then she demands he dry her wet hair. Honestly, our guy has zero game for not offering sooner. No wonder he is single. Relieved that he survived, he immediately runs over to start drying her hair. Gently lifting her soft hair with one hand, a sweet faint fragrance drifts over as he carefully dries it. He runs a hand through his hair, casually humming a song, Wash Your Money, the Toll Fight. You should probably send them the shooter. Oh, just give me a second while I get ready and head over. Even though Xiaoyu's back is turned, her face is totally blushing. Is her little brother finally waking up to romance?
Is he testing her? Should she accept his confession? He is way too direct, and she is already planning their future.
Xiaoyu's thoughts are literally blasting off like a rocket. She wonders how Xiaobai is still so good at drying her hair after so long.
She asks with a sweet smile, but there is definitely a hidden edge to it. He just casually explains the truth.
He explains that he sometimes helps their mom. Xiaoyu is satisfied, but Yanbai has no idea how close he came to disaster. After they finish chatting, he pushes her out. Seriously, a guy and a girl alone in one room is just asking for trouble. If things keep going like this, trouble is bound to happen. Standing outside the locked door, Xiaoyu pouts in sheer frustration. Does she really have zero charm? Before she can even walk away, a sudden sound erupts from his room. It is the sound of him booting up a game. Xiaoyu is absolutely livid. He kicked her out just to play games? No shot. A few minutes later, his buddy Li Wei calls, telling him to meet at Kunge's Net Cafe tomorrow at 8 a.m. He sounds totally exhausted. Wait, did his friend get dumped? The next morning, Yanbai wakes up because his nose is incredibly itchy. He opens his eyes and gets a total jump scare. Xiaoyu is standing right over his bed, tickling his nose with her hair.
The sweet scent of jasmine fills his senses. Let's be real, waking up to this is a major hazard. He is about to explode right here.
His face turns bright red in seconds. Staring at her face so incredibly close to his, he is completely speechless. Xiaoyu got up super early and is already fully dressed for work. Turns out her company's European headquarters just moved back home.
Now she has a mountain of work waiting. Staring at her perfect face and flawless makeup, he thinks she looks like a masterpiece. Everything about her is stunning, from her delicate collarbone to her gorgeous figure. He forces himself to close his eyes before he completely loses control. But even with his eyes shut, her sweet scent is everywhere.
Her fragrance is everywhere, and his brain keeps replaying those gorgeous images on loop.
Seeing his adorable reaction, Xiaoyu's heart completely melts. How can her little brother be this cute?
He's lying there with his eyes squeezed shut. She teases him, asking if he feels sick, but he just begs her to let him up.
He tells her he has to go out soon, or he will be late. He is totally terrified of this little devil. She pouts, asking what could be more important than her.
He sheepishly admits his friend Li Wei invited him out to play games. He feels pretty guilty saying it, but he only agreed because his buddy sounded so depressed.
Yet she is still furious that her brother chose games over her again. Deciding he needs immediate punishment, she reaches out without warning. She grabs his ear and gives it a painful twist.
He immediately begs her to stop, admitting defeat.
She huffs and demands to know what he did last night after she left his room. It is payback time.
She asks which one is more important, her or the games. He quickly sweet-talks her, saying she is way more important. Hearing that, she smugly decides to let him off. But after all their playing around, it is getting pretty late.
His appointment with Li Wei is at 10 a.m., so he rushes to get ready. Xiaoyu watches him frantically scramble to dress up. She instantly panics, thinking he is going on a date with some girl, and starts stuttering, asking why he's dressing up so nicely.
But here is the thing, he didn't even try to look good. He's just naturally handsome, basically a walking cheat code. He was literally the campus heartthrob after all. He assures her there is no girl, just his friend, who sounded troubled last night.
He explains everything calmly to prevent any misunderstandings. Hearing this, Xiaoyu lets out a massive sigh of relief.
She was low-key terrified some girl would steal her brother away, but then it hits her. Is she really less important than his guy friend? At this point, he takes his sister's McLaren and drives straight to the net cafe. It is a super high-end gaming lounge. The moment the McLaren's butterfly doors swing open, every girl nearby freezes in place. First, a pair of long legs steps out. Then, his insane celebrity-level looks are revealed to the stunned crowd. One girl gasps, saying he is way too handsome, while her friend's knees are literally turning to jelly. Under everyone's intense stares, he walks inside. The receptionist's jaw literally hits the floor.
She usually only sees sweaty gamers, so seeing a literal god walk into the cafe completely makes her day.
He politely tells the starstruck receptionist that he has a reservation for VIP room number 5. She is so dazed that she just stares, practically drooling. He has to ask if she is even listening. He just takes her silence as a yes and walks right in, leaving her so embarrassed she is practically clawing a whole mansion with her toes. The receptionist finally snaps out of it, blushing crazy hard and looking away. But the moment he steps into the room, his buddy Li Wei faceplants onto him, crying about a breakup. Turns out his girl is a total gold digger who ran off with some rich heir the second his cash ran dry. And honestly, this is hilarious because Liu Wei has no idea our guy is actually loaded. Yep, his parents strictly followed the raise boys poor, raise girls rich rule. They locked down his allowance and even banned his older sister, Jiang Xiaoyu, from slipping him any extra cash. Their logic? Boys with money always go bad, so he is basically broke with only 4,000 yuan a month. Honestly, getting cheated on is just part of the grind, right? You have to wear a little green to survive. Anyway, they game until 5 p.m. Meanwhile, his sister finishes her work and realizes he still hasn't called her once today. Absolutely livid. She is going to completely ruin this brat tonight when he gets back. Just then, Lu Wei's phone rings. It is his ex, Xiao Fang. She says she is giving him another chance because of his persistence, and then asks him to buy her a luxury bag.
Our main character cannot even watch this clown show anymore. He snatches the phone, deletes her number, and blocks her across all platforms in one swift move.
But Lu Wei looks totally devastated, like his soul just left his body. He practically ages 10 years in a second and begs our guy to go out for some drinks.
He agrees because his bro clearly needs this. Meanwhile, sister Jiang Xiaoyu is losing her mind waiting by the phone. Where has this brat been slacking off all day?
Not a single call. Doesn't he miss her at all? Because she is low-key dying to see him. She is definitely going to teach him a lesson tonight. Right on cue, her phone finally rings. She thinks finally the brat decided to call. If he acts sweet enough, maybe she will let him off easy. She might even reward him a little bit when he gets home. She answers with her sweetest voice. "Hey, Xiaobai, did you finally miss your sister?" She's basically baby talking to him, but our main character immediately freezes. He realizes he actually forgot to text her the entire day.
Just thinking about telling her he will be home late gives him absolute chills. But for his best bro, he is ready to risk his life.
He just hopes she goes easy on the punishment. Stuttering like crazy, he tells her he is going to be late and asks her to tell their parents.
He sounds incredibly guilty, and Jiang Xiaoyu is practically foaming at the mouth. She waited 24 hours just to hear this? She tries to calm down. She tells herself to keep it together. He is her only brother, after all. If she beats him to death, she won't have another one.
After some serious mental gymnastics to stop herself from committing murder, her anger finally drops down just a tiny bit.
She tries to keep her voice flat, asking him what is so important that he is staying out. He nervously responds that he is going to a bar.
Hearing the word bar, she completely snaps. She really tried her best to stay calm, but finding out he is just going out drinking is the final straw.
She cannot believe he is ditching her to get wasted. She tells him he has got some real nerve learning how to go drinking now.
She warns him that he is begging for a beating. At this point, she is completely ready to go full rage mode on him.
Since he loves testing her limits, she is more than happy to show him who is boss. Just hearing her tone already has him sweating bullets.
Childhood trauma is real, guys. Every single time he misbehaved back then, she would make him cry. Even after all these years, that fear is hardwired. It is literally built into his DNA. To save his own skin, he quickly scrambles to make up any excuse he can think of.
He explains that his friend got dumped and he needs to prevent him from doing something crazy, but she is not buying it for a second.
She starts interrogating him, asking what kind of friend suddenly appeared out of nowhere. Sensing danger, he immediately pulls the oldest trick in the book. He pretends his connection is dropping, promises to explain tonight, and hangs up immediately. This leaves his sister completely stunned on the other end. She is literally standing there in absolute disbelief. She realizes she has been way too soft on him lately, and tonight she will show him who is boss. After hanging up, he and Liu Wei head straight to the nearest bar. The place is packed with people waiting outside to get in. Girls in stunning outfits are lining up or hanging out near the entrance, but honestly, everyone's attention instantly shifts when a massive engine roars nearby. A gorgeous McLaren pulls up, and literally every single eye in the area is locked onto this beast of a supercar. Everyone watches as he parks the car. Suddenly, those cool butterfly doors swing wide open, and the crowd completely loses their minds. First, a pair of perfect long legs steps out. Every girl watching feels their hearts skip a beat, thinking their Prince Charming has finally arrived. Then, our main character steps out of the low cockpit. With a face that easily rivals any top celebrity, he instantly charms everyone in the crowd. Even the most experienced party girls are swooning hard, but our guy does not even spare them a glance because his heart is already completely taken. He and Liu Wei walk straight into the club, where the heavy bass is blasting and the dance floor is packed with people wilding out. Girls are showing off their moves and the guys are totally locked in. Honestly, our main character is not really a fan of this noisy club scene. He is only here because his bro is devastated. Noticing how down Liu Wei looks, he immediately tries his best to comfort him. He tells him that gold-digging girl is not worth his tears. He is genuinely trying to talk some sense into his heartbroken friend. Liu Wei gets it, but knowing the truth does not make the pain go away. He looks at him and asks how he is supposed to stop hurting. This is his first real love, and he gave her his whole heart, only to be crushed by a girl who only cared about his wallet.
At this point, the only cure is a drink. He pours him a glass, hoping a solid night of sleep will make the pain disappear.
Our boys are downing drinks nonstop, ignoring the girls trying to hit on Yanbai at the bar. He does not even look at them, focusing only on Lu Wei, leaving everyone thinking he is into guys.
Meanwhile, Jiang Xiaoyu makes up an excuse for their parents, but she starts panicking when he still is not home. She worries some sketchy girls might target her handsome brother, sending her into a full-blown panic to find him. Tracking the McLaren's GPS records, she quickly pinpoints his exact location. She takes her Bentley straight to the bar, searching through the crowd until she finds them. In a corner, she sees two wasted guys clinging together. Seriously, his friend got dumped, yet Yanbai got completely hammered. Our main character is an absolute legend, but trying to carry a guy over 180 centimeters is tough. He towers over her by half a head, but he is her brother, so she must carry him back herself. She cannot let anyone else touch him. Luckily, her years of martial arts training give her some decent strength. Even though he is fit, his tall height makes dragging him out an absolute workout. Before leaving, she hands the waiter a few hundred bills to book a room for Liu Wei. Yanbai keeps mumbling to continue drinking, waving his arms around. Seriously, even drunk, this guy is a massive handful. After a brutal struggle, she finally shoves him into the Bentley and drives them home incredibly late. Their busy parents are already asleep, making it even harder to carry her giant brother to the door. Feeling her little brother's warmth on her back, Xiaoyu's face instantly turns beet red. Xiaobai mumbles that his friend needs to keep his eyes open when picking a girlfriend, but he falls asleep mid-sentence. Xiaoyu instantly loses it. What does he mean by that? Has her brother actually been secretly seeing someone? She feels low-key betrayed. She treats him so well, yet he's keeping secrets. She decides she needs answers and quietly cracks open the door. She drags the completely passed-out boy inside. After an incredibly hilarious, exhausting struggle, she finally pulls him into her room. And then, boom, she just drops him right onto her bed. Her room is filled with a sweet, calming scent. The impact of landing on the mattress wakes him up slightly, but he is still incredibly groggy. Smelling her familiar scent, he immediately relaxes, like a lost child finally coming home. He mumbles that it smells amazing. He sleepily grins and whispers that it smells just like his older sister, making Xiaoyu completely flush with embarrassment. But here is the thing, she is actually pretty happy knowing he likes her scent. Looking at him sleeping like a log, she gets a playful idea. To make him spill the tea, she kicks off her shoes, climbs onto the bed, and slowly leans over his sleeping face. Jiang Xiaoyu leans down, stretching her tight shirt. Those buttons are holding on for dear life. She plops right on poor Zheng Yanbai's back. Instantly, breathing becomes impossible. He is completely pinned. Still, she thinks he looks adorable, so she flips him over. Now he is face up. He just unlocked the ultimate face-smothering experience. He's literally drowning. This is actually crazy. He can't breathe. It feels like drowning, except he is on land, suffocating under some very massive waves. Sensing his struggle, Jiang Xiaoyu realizes this is her chance. She demands to know his crimes. Her aura is insane. Half asleep, he asks what he did wrong. He thinks he is in a real court, but the judge is his sister. She accuses him of explicit behavior. She is shocked he is playing along. He immediately denies everything. Zheng Yanbai is incredibly offended because he is a total gentleman. Why would anyone report him? The judge plays along for now. She says she will believe him, but there is one more question. Jiang Xiaoyu is totally using this trial to test his feelings. Our boy says he will answer anything, so she drops the ultimate question. Does he have forbidden feelings for his sister, Jiang Xiaoyu? Just asking that makes Jiang Xiaoyu blush. She is incredibly embarrassed, and right then, Jiang Yanbai starts getting suspicious. He starts to feel like the judge in this dream is actually his sister. He hesitates, wondering if he can even say this. Sure, it is a dream, but this feels way too real. Honestly, he is not even sure what is reality anymore. The judge tells him that to get acquitted, he must share his innermost thoughts, speak up, and do not be afraid. Jiang Xiaoyu keeps coaxing him.
Since he thinks this is just his own dream anyway, he decides to finally let it all out.
Yanbai admits that even though his sister bullies him sometimes, he never actually saw her as a real sibling. Hearing this, Xiaoyi suddenly gets super tense and the drama spikes.
Since they are not blood-related and she is so gorgeous, how could he not catch feelings? At this point, he looks like a guilty kid who just got caught.
He has no clue if their parents would ever accept them, but the last thing he wants is to drag Xiaoyu down with his selfish feelings.
She deserves her own life and freedom. As he says this with pure regret, Xiaoyu is already reaching her absolute breaking point. She cannot hold back her tears anymore, and they start falling like diamonds right onto his face. This is low-key heartbreaking, guys. Suddenly, his dream shifts, and seeing Xiaoyu cry completely breaks him. He begs her to stop, promising he will force himself to stop loving her if it makes her happy.
But she rejects that instantly, saying she loves him too, so he is not allowed to stop. Xiaoyu is genuinely terrified of losing him.
Yanbai is absolutely thrilled by this sudden dream confession, wishing with all his heart it was real life as they drift off to sleep together. The next morning, Xiaoyu wakes up first, staring at his peaceful face. Honestly, her heart is doing absolute backflips right now. While he is still out cold, Xiaoyu just admires his long eyelashes and cute sleeping face. She cannot help but tease him a little. She tickles his nose with her hair, waking him up, but the first thing Yanbai sees upon opening his eyes is a very close view of fair skin and deep cleavage.
Talk about a wild awakening. He is completely lost, wondering who this woman is and if he somehow got taken advantage of while asleep.
He nervously looks up, only to see Xiaoyu grinning playfully. How on earth did he even end up in her bed? Seeing his sheer panic, she finds it absolutely hilarious. She asks him why he looks so shocked, and he can barely even stammer out a reply. He cautiously asks how he got here, but Xiaoyu instantly switches into actress mode, pretending to be utterly heartbroken. She calls him a total scumbag, crying that he took full advantage of her and now wants to run away from his responsibilities. Yanbai is sweating bullets now, genuinely believing he did something wild while drunk. He panics, explaining that his mind is a total blank. He desperately asks her to explain the details of what went down, though deep down he is low-key curious about the specifics. This is where Xiaoyu puts on an Oscar-worthy performance, spinning a dramatic tale about how out of control he supposedly was last night. She claims he forced her into bed the moment they got home, even repeating all the passionate things he muttered in his sleep. Now Yanbai is fully convinced because her story matches his dream perfectly. It actually happened. He looks at her with dead serious eyes, apologizing deeply for losing control. He promises to take full responsibility and even plans to confess everything to their mother over breakfast to get her blessing. He is terrified of her rejecting him, but Xiaoyu is secretly laughing her head off at how easily he fell for it. She keeps the prank going, warning him that their parents raised her like a real daughter, so they cannot find out yet. If their parents find out, they will absolutely lose their minds. He totally buys it, nodding along like a gullible fool. He genuinely feels bad for keeping her hidden, while she is literally on the verge of bursting out laughing. She sighs dramatically about their forbidden love, fully addicted to her own soap opera performance. He vows that once he becomes successful, he will break all societal taboos to be with her openly. She is low-key touched by his loyalty, but pouts when he still calls her sister, so he immediately calls her the future mother of his kids. He knows exactly how to push her buttons, which immediately makes her blush and act all flustered. She scolds him for being a dummy, demanding a proper title. With his survival instincts kicking in, he stammers out the word wife. She complains that his voice is too quiet, teasingly asking if he skipped breakfast. Honestly, he actually is starving right now. He musters up his courage and yells the word, prompting her to instantly cover his mouth in panic.
She reminds him that their parents are still downstairs. Even with good soundproofing, he cannot just shout that out loud.
Then she playfully orders her new husband to help her get dressed, and he happily jumps at the opportunity. He moves faster than a rabbit, completely stunned by her beautiful long hair and stunning figure in her delicate lace undergarments. The morning sun paints a breathtaking silhouette against her flawless skin, and he is just standing there completely frozen in awe. Seeing him totally mesmerized, she feels a smug sense of pride before he blushingly helps button her shirt. Next up is her skirt and stockings, but she decides to slide the skirt on herself so he does not pass out from embarrassment.
He's low-key disappointed, but relieved, though he still gets to help her roll up and slide on those silky stockings.
Her feet are practically flawless, and her cute toes make him want to just hold them in his hands forever.
She notices him staring and playfully asks if he likes what he sees, and he answers yes without even hesitating.
Since they are officially a couple now, he calls her wife with zero hesitation and asks to give her a quick foot massage. She pretends to hesitate just to keep him on his toes before playfully giving him the green light.
Xiaobai starts his morning by teasing Xiaoyu in bed, and they play around before finally getting up.
Luckily, Dad is out jogging while Mom is cooking, so neither has any idea he just sneaked out of her room.
They quickly wash up just as breakfast is ready, and the whole family sits down to eat.
Xiaobai looks incredibly guilty and avoids eye contact. Mom notices and asks if he dislikes the food, making him instantly panic. He quickly praises her cooking and lies that he just had a terrible night of sleep and feels under the weather. He has to make up a lie because the truth would literally get him killed. Meanwhile, Xiaoyu watches him lie.
She bursts out laughing. Thank goodness she already swallowed her porridge or she would have sprayed it everywhere.
She stops and realizes everyone is staring at her. The awkwardness is off the charts. Dad asks what is wrong.
Xiaoyu quickly covers it up, saying she just remembered a joke. The parents are left completely baffled by them. Why are these kids acting so weird today? But they do not press, because they respect their privacy.
They are not kids anymore, after all. Once breakfast is finished, the parents head out to work.
Both have busy careers. Xiaoyu leaves for her company while Yanbai has to head to university. Even with his internship, he still has classes. He decides against driving his sister's McLaren to keep a low profile.
He is already incredibly handsome and constantly chased by girls. Showing up in a supercar would cause a riot. So he takes the bus like a normal student, but even there, girls cannot stop staring at him.
Back at his dorm, his roommates are talking about the sports meet. The oldest, Li Baiqing, asks if he's signing up. Honestly, Yanbai is built different. His physical stats are crazier than the actual sports majors at school.
He is basically a walking cheat code. If his academic grades were not so brilliant, people would think he's an athlete.
He asks which events are left. Zhang San quickly chimes in with high jump, the 100-meter, and the relays. Nobody wants to touch the 1,000-meter race either. Zhang San hates exercising, so he is definitely sitting this out.
The guy is skinny as a toothpick, so making him run would literally kill him.
Yanbai decides to take them all. Since he is too lazy, he asks his roommate to sign him up. After chatting for a bit, the guys finally head out to their classroom.
As a finance major, Yanbai is attending a lecture on financial markets. The four roommates sit down together.
Instantly, they feel eyes on them from every direction. That is just the price of hanging out with a campus hunk.
They are used to it by now. Nearby, some fangirls are already whispering about how handsome Yanbai looks today.
Another girl immediately argues back, claiming Yanbai belongs to her. It is practically a civil war over our main character.
His roommates can barely keep a straight face. Zhang Heng even jokes that Yanbai should just date both of them.
Yanbai just gives him a death stare that says it all. Since they are sitting near the front, the teacher hears them.
The professor snaps, telling the arguing girls to take their drama outside if they cannot quiet down.
Scolded by the teacher, the two girls blame each other and stop talking. Yep, that plastic friendship is officially over.
Meanwhile, the actual culprit, Yanbai, is casually texting Xiaoyu under his desk since things at her company have stabilized.
Xiaoyu has some free time to kill, and Yanbai is fully leaning into his new role as her boyfriend. He is being incredibly sweet and caring. Xiaoyu always thought he was a dense blockhead, but he is actually super thoughtful.
He even asks if she's feeling okay after last night or experiencing any after effects.
Here is the catch. Absolutely nothing happened between them last night, but to keep her lie going, she has to commit. Xiaoyu pretends she is a bit sore and needs him to take care of her. Hearing this, our boy gets instantly hyped. Since she is his girlfriend now, they can always practice more later. He is smiling like a fool at his phone. His roommates notice his goofy grin and immediately start grilling him about whether he is secretly dating someone.
He wants to flex so bad, but he realizes his roommates might completely misunderstand the family dynamics. So he shuts down the questions immediately. Li Baiqing complains that Yanbai is being a terrible brother by keeping secrets. Yanbai's face goes dark. Sharing food is fine, but you do not share a girlfriend. The guys quickly realize they messed up. They back off and stop teasing him. Yanbai is usually a chill guy, so they figure he has a valid reason. Yanbai actually feels pretty touched. His roommates are finally acting like mature adults for once.
With their only morning class over, it is finally lunchtime. Zhang Heng gets hyped because eating is the absolute best.
Yema excitedly drags the boys toward the school cafeteria. They rush over like a total whirlwind, but along the way they can definitely feel all eyes on them. Every underclassman and senior girl is staring. One freshman girl literally screams, "Senior Yanbai is so handsome, I want to have his babies!" Another older girl sighs, saying he is gorgeous, but it is such a shame.
There are only a few months left before he graduates, and we won't see him anymore, she whines. But because the boys are walking so fast, they do not really hear her.
Because they are walking so fast, they do not hear any of that whispering. Soon, the other three get their food, and Yanbai steps up to the counter. The lunch lady inside is completely stunned by his looks. She immediately thinks, wow, what a handsome young man. He would be absolutely perfect for my daughter.
Hey, handsome, what do you want to eat? I will give you extra, she says.
She looks incredibly fierce, and looking at this tough lunch lady, Yanbai's mouth twitches. He thinks, wait, is she seriously hitting on me? If it were the schoolgirls falling for him, he could totally accept it. But an older lunch lady? Yeah, that is a bit too much to handle. He thinks, nah, I cannot do this.
No, it is fine, ma'am. I actually have a pretty small appetite. Just a normal portion is fine.
He quickly declines. I will just take some spicy chicken. Wait, that is enough. The lunch lady keeps piling spoonful after spoonful onto his plate. Our boy starts panicking. Is this his last meal before they harvest his organs? But she smiles and says, young man, this food is not free.
You would not want the other students to find out you got this much extra food, right? Her expression turns slightly twisted. Yanbai warns her, hey, what are you doing? We live in a civilized society.
Do not do anything crazy. He instantly remembers the classic saying, boys must always protect themselves when they're out in public. The lady scoffed. Oh, please, what kind of person do you think I am? I just wanted to get your WeChat, that is all. Seeing his super defensive face, even the bold lunch lady could not help but feel a bit embarrassed. Her face turns a bit red. Meanwhile, his three roommates watching from the side completely lose it. Who would have thought Yanbai was this popular? He is literally a magnet for all ages. They laugh. Nice one, Xiaobai. Since she wants it, just give it to her. What is the big deal? It is not like you cannot do it. But right then, the lunch lady realizes they totally misunderstood her and quickly explains, hold on, young man, I do not want your WeChat for myself. It is for my daughter. Let me show you her photo. You will definitely regret saying no. She pulls out her phone and flashes a photo, but as soon as they look, they see a massive body that barely even fits on the screen. All four of them are instantly left speechless. The lunch lady proudly grins. So, how about it, young man? Do you regret it now? Marrying a bigger girl for the exact same price is basically a steal, right? She says this with a massive, proud smile. Since they got to the cafeteria pretty early, a lot of other students are only just starting to pour in now. Seeing his chance, Yanbai quickly shouts, "Ma'am, I am simply not worthy of your daughter." Then the boys immediately make a run for it. "Get back here!" she yells. "Are you sure you do not want to think about it?" she calls out, getting pretty anxious as they bolt. But she cannot chase them because a huge line is forming. She can only give up with a sigh of deep regret, but the students behind them are about to have a terrible day. Since the lunch lady is serving food with pure resentment, everyone notices their portions are insanely small.
The cafeteria is huge, but everyone is bunched up. The four of them are sitting right in the center, surrounded by a circle of girls, with a ring of guys on the very outside.
Even Jiang Xiaoyu, who usually never shuts up during meals, is completely silent. Everyone just keeps their heads down and inhales their food before rushing back to the dorms. By 6 p.m., Yanbai says goodbye and heads home. His roommates jokingly call him a traitor for going home every single day, completely jealous of his setup. But honestly, there is absolutely nothing they can do about it. Unlike the other three who are from out of town, Yanbai is a local from Nanjiang. He rents a shared bike, and the moment he gets home, dinner is served. His mom calls out, "Xiaobai, why do you always arrive exactly at dinner time?"
Why can you not come back earlier and help me cook instead of just waiting to eat? Seeing him immediately flop onto the couch and scroll through his phone, his mom complains.
He quickly tries to sweet-talk her.
Come on, Mom, I had class, right? I promise, next time for sure. Meanwhile, she sighs and wishes he could be more mature. If only you were as sensible as your older sister Xiaoyu. Her company's market value recently crossed 10 billion yuan. His mom sighs, wishing he was more like her. She feels so disappointed by the huge gap between her two kids, but hearing her mom praise her like this, Jiang Xiaoyu is actually sweating bullets on the side, and Yan Bai almost lets the secret slip as well.
Thankfully, their mom does not notice anything. Soon, all the dishes are ready. The family of four finishes their dinner, and everyone gets busy with their own things.
Yan Bai is incredibly hyped thinking about reviewing his lessons with her tonight. He honestly wishes his parents would just go to sleep right now. Meanwhile, Jiang Xiaoyu is sitting with them watching television.
She suddenly feels his intense, burning gaze on her. She turns her head and blushes, feeling super embarrassed under his stare before looking down. God only knows what perverted thoughts are running through her little brother's mind right now.
Seeing her blush, Yan Bai assumes she's just feeling a bit too shy, so he decides to take the initiative and speak up to her. Hey sis, I have been on a massive losing streak in my game today. Can you come play with me for a bit? He asks with such a pure face, anyone would think he is completely innocent.
Well, technically, he is still a virgin. But without even waiting for Jiang Xiaoyu to say yes, he pulls her along. He drags her straight into his bedroom. His parents do not suspect a thing, but the absolute second they cross the threshold, Yan Bai shows his true colors. He slams the door shut. Looking at how impatient he is, Jiang Xiaoyu gets a little scared. Is her brother actually going to force himself on her? Should she submit or resist? But if she does not resist, he will find out she lied to him. Yan Bai sees her zoning out and thinks she's just being shy. Taking a deep breath, he decides he has to take charge. After all, he is the guy here. It is totally normal for her to feel nervous, so he needs to be the one to lead the way and make the move.
Hey wifey, can we review last night's lessons? He asks with a deadpan, serious face. Jiang Xiaoyu buries her face even lower.
What should I do? What should I do? She is absolutely panicking. She never expected him to be even more impatient than her, although they are definitely not on the same page about what they want.
Seeing her stay silent, Yan Bai assumes she is consenting. His hands slowly reach out and wrap around her slender, delicate waist. Her waist is so incredibly tiny, it feels like he could hold it with one hand.
Jiang Xiaoyu immediately feels a burning electric sensation wherever his worn hands touch her skin and a wave of pure numbness. Yu feels her body go limp like clay, sliding right into our guy and feeling his built-different chest through his clothes. Her hands naturally wrap around his neck, totally sending him over the edge as his own hands start sliding down her waist. With a strong pull, Xiaobai drags Jiang Xiaoyu up as she clings to him like a sloth, and both of them are about to lose control. Right on the edge of exploding, Xiaobai tosses her onto the bed, totally hyped to review their homework. But her heart is racing, praying she won't get caught. She knows if she doesn't calm down right now, her cover is completely blown, and she absolutely cannot let that happen. If Xiaobai finds out she lied, he might completely ignore her, and that would definitely not be worth the risk. She would regret it forever. Eagerly, Xiaobai bends down and grabs her towel, making Xiaoyu blush all the way down her neck. Realizing she has to stop this before it goes too far, she quickly blocks him, saying not today because her monthly aunt is visiting. Talk about a total mood killer. Xiaobai instantly freezes like he just got hit with a splash of ice-cold water. Seeing his massive disappointment, she low-key feels bad, but she has to commit to the bit and keep her lie going. She holds her ground, and honestly, even though he is disappointed, our boy got plenty of action, so it is not a total loss. Then, a sudden knock on the door interrupts them. Thank goodness their mom actually learned to knock this time, calling out for Xiaoyu to help her check her workout routine. Apparently, Mom is obsessed with online fitness aerobics and streams them daily. Relieved to escape, Xiaoyu quickly calls back that she is coming. Xiaoyu literally dashes out of the room. Xiaobai gives her a playful look for next time, and she just cute yells while sticking her tongue out. The more he thinks about it, the more annoyed he gets. How does she suddenly get her period today? Talk about terrible timing.
But once he cools down, he senses something is off, even if he cannot quite put his finger on it. Wait, didn't she eat a ton of super spicy food at dinner? That makes zero sense if her aunt is actually visiting. He decides to keep an eye on her, but with his engine already revved up, our boy has to grab his phone and headphones for a 40-minute solo session. The fire is finally out, and he passes out. The next morning, Xiaoyu sneaks into his room to wake him up. The morning sun hits his chiseled, handsome face, making him look like an absolute main character bathed in golden light. With his Greek god muscles showing, Xiaoyu is totally dazed, low-key thinking he is the ultimate premium thirst trap. Honestly, she can barely bring herself to wake this sleeping beauty up, but she knows he has morning classes today. But since she is waking him up for free, she figures she might as well collect some taxation benefits. She decides to take matters into her own hands, gently tracing her fingers along his perfect, chiseled jawline. His face is so perfect, her hand is practically glued to him. Of course, Xiaobai instantly feels a soft hand wandering all over him. He slowly opens his eyes, lazily watching her do her thing, but Xiaoyu is too deep in her own fantasy world to notice. He playfully asks if she is going to let him sleep, but honestly, he is totally fine letting her admire his peak physique. Caught red-handed, Xiaoyu completely panics. It is so embarrassing to get caught thirsting over him like this. She tries to act tough to save face, cute yelling at him to get out of bed already. Xiaobai just laughs and pinches her cute little face, which makes her pout like an angry toddler. Normally she plays the dominant older sister, so this adorable Gapmo is literally melting our boy. This Gapmo is crazy, so Xiaobai decides to play the spoiled brat, demanding a kiss before he even thinks about moving. He lies there like a starfish, pouting and waiting, which actually helps Xiaoyu get her confidence back. But she is not. Xiaobai's cheek has a faint lipstick mark. Wait, Jiang Xiaoyu only kissed his cheek? I did not see that coming. Since Jiang Xiaoyu actually kissed him, our boy reluctantly gets up. Suddenly, Jiang Xiaoyu spots a crumpled tissue on the nightstand. Xiaobai screams at her to leave it, but she snatches it anyway. He forgot to throw it away. Jiang Xiaoyu picks up the damp, crumpled paper. She immediately gets a whiff and calls him gross. At this point, Xiaobai is wishing the ground would swallow him whole. This is actually crazy embarrassing. She keeps examining it while he begs for it back. His golden boy image is completely cooked. Jiang Xiaoyu just teases her little brother, saying she totally gets it, and gives him a knowing look before she finally tosses it into the trash. Ooh, relief at last for our boy.